Lily lived in a small, peaceful village called Whispering Pines. It was nestled between rolling hills and a thick, dark forest. The houses were old with thatched roofs, and the air always smelled of pine needles and damp earth. Lily loved her village, but there was something about the forest that always made her feel uneasy. Maybe it was the way the trees creaked in the wind, or the way the sunlight seemed to disappear once it crossed the tree line. Lily lived in a cozy cottage with her parents. She had a room on the top floor with a window that looked out towards the forest. Her room was her sanctuary, filled with books, toys, and the comforting scent of lavender. But lately, her room had started to feel different, especially at night. Every night as the sun began to set and the shadows grew long, Lily would hear a voice. It started as a soft murmur, a whisper just at the edge of her hearing. As the darkness deepened, the voice grew stronger, clearer, until Lily could make out the words. It was calling her name, Lily, Lily. At first, Lily thought it was just her imagination, the wind whistling through the trees maybe, or the sound of an owl hooting in the distance. But the voice persisted, night after night, always the same, always calling her name. It sent shivers down her spine, making her blood run cold. Lily tried to ignore it. She buried her head under her blankets, trying to block out the sound. She even tried singing herself to sleep, but the voice always seemed to cut through, a chilling whisper in the darkness. Fear began to gnaw at her, growing stronger with each passing night. One night, Lily couldn't take it anymore. She had to know who or what was calling her name. Gathering all her courage, she decided to peek out the window. The moon was hidden behind thick clouds, and the forest was shrouded in an almost unnatural darkness. Lily took a deep breath and slowly crept towards the window. Her heart pounded in her chest, each beat echoing in the silence of her room. She peeked through the curtains, her eyes straining to see into the darkness. At first, she saw nothing, just the swaying branches of the trees and the shadows they cast on the ground. Then, she saw it. A figure standing just outside her window. It was tall and slender, shrouded in darkness, its edges blurring and shifting like smoke. Two glowing eyes stared back at her, piercing the darkness with an eerie, unsettling light. Lily was paralyzed with fear, her breath catching in her throat. The figure moved closer to the window, its form rippling and wavering as it glided effortlessly over the ground. Lily could feel its icy gaze penetrating her very soul, sending chills down her spine that made her teeth chatter. Section 4. Hiding from the Unknown. Lily stumbled back from the window, her heart racing in her chest. She had never been so terrified in her entire life. The whispers had been bad enough, but to see the source, the creature behind the voice, was something else entirely. It was a primal fear, a fear of the unknown, that gripped her tightly in its grasp. She scrambled back to her bed, diving under the covers and pulling them tight around her. She squeezed her eyes shut, as if by shutting out the world, she could shut out the terrifying image burned into her mind. She lay there for what felt like hours, her body trembling, her mind racing. The whispers had stopped, but the silence was somehow even more unnerving. It was the silence of anticipation, the silence of a predator waiting for its prey to resurface. Section 5. The Footprint in the Garden. Finally, as the first rays of dawn pierced through the darkness, Lily dared to emerge from under her covers. She crept cautiously to the window and peered out into the garden below. The sun was rising, casting a warm glow over the village, chasing away the shadows of the night. The figure was gone. There was no sign of it, no trace that it had ever been there. Relief washed over Lily, but it was a fragile relief, tainted by the memory of the night before. As Lily looked out at the garden, her eyes caught something unusual. There, beneath her window, in the soft earth, was a single footprint. It was unlike any footprint she had ever seen before, large and strangely shaped, with long, thin indentations where toes should be. Section 6. The Silence After the Shadow. The discovery of the footprint sent a fresh wave of fear through Lily. It was a chilling reminder that the night before had not been a dream, that the creature was real. She told her parents about the whispers, about the figure at the window, about the footprint in the garden. They tried to reassure her, telling her it was just her imagination, that there was nothing to be afraid of. But even as they spoke, Lily could see the doubt in their eyes. They had heard the whispers too, the whispers that echoed through the village, the whispers that seemed to emanate from the heart of the dark forest. The whispers never returned. The creature never showed itself again. But the fear remained, a constant companion that lingered in the shadows, a reminder of the night the Whispering Shadow came to Whispering Pines. And Lily never looked out her window at night again, always dreading what she might see lurking in the darkness.